Hello and welcome to the World of Tanks test server, 9.7 test server, with me, Cricketwes. Today I'm just going to be showing you changes to tech trees of some tanks you may know, the new French tanks that you can see down here. And there's been a couple of premium tank additions to the game. I know that there's a AMX 1357 that's supposed to be coming soon, but that hasn't been added into this version of the test. So the main features for the 9.7 test server are obviously the new French light tanks and medium tanks. There's the new map, the D-Day map called Overlord, which I'm very much looking forward to. New HD models for tanks. You've got the E100, the ELC, which has bizarrely been renamed to the AMX ELC Biz for some reason. The IS-4 is now on HD, same with the Jagdpanzer 100, the Panzer 4H, and the Super Pershing. So yeah, a few unexpected premium, not premium, HD models. E100, that's not really hard to do, it's similar to the mouse, just all more HD blocks. In a way, they've changed the design of the ELC. That I think on the front it's got another roundel on the front. No, this has got extra fuel by the looks of things. I don't know why they've changed it to AMX ELC Biz. And they've completely changed. I've just realised it's the ELC AMX, not the AMX ELC. Why the hell have they done that? Oh well. Anyways, new premium tanks, we'll get onto those a bit later. I won't tell you about those for them. I'm just going to be going through the French tanks, the low tier French tanks, so tier 2 to tier 5. The tier 9 and 10 new French tanks and the premium tanks, they will be in another video. So let's start off with the Renault R35. Apparently Wargaming were going to do a big revealment for this thing, if I've got the right sort of tank name, I can't remember. But yeah, this is basically an HD version of the Hotchkiss H35, which is somewhere. Oh, there it is. So if I go to the Hotchkiss there, then the Renault, they look very similar. This thing just a bit smaller, weighs 11 tons compared to the Hotchkiss's 9.8, so it's heavier, and I think it's got the same engine. Yeah, there you go, compatible vehicle, same engine, 82 horsepower, and yeah, exactly the same engine, exactly the same guns. Incidentally, the 25mm Kanonwarakuchi, or however the hell you say it, I'm not very good at French. 46 pen, which is not bad for tier 2, 27 average damage and 35.29 rounds per minute, which is very good. Poor accuracy though, 0.43, but a 1.5 second aim time. So the accuracy is not that bad, and this thing isn't too bad firing on the move, and I don't imagine that the Renault R35 keep getting mixed up with the R35 H35, because they're pretty much exact same things. Armour almost exactly the same, 40, 40 and 32, 40, 40 and 40, so the Hotchkiss is slightly more, does have slightly better armour than the Renault R35. Other than that, these things are pretty much identical really, apart from this is a bit shorter. So moving on to the other tier 2 French edition, the FCM 36, and it sort of looks like a mini D2 or a mini D1, except with that mini tumour sprouting out the top. And this thing is probably worse than the Renault R35, because this thing has more armour and it's smaller. This, however, has worse armour, it's got less around the side and rear, and it's, well, much larger, as you can probably tell. I haven't, and it's heavier as well, so you've got a worse power to weight ratio because it's pretty much the exact same engine. It's only got 20 horsepower more, but it weighs over a ton more, and it's the exact same gun, or thereabouts. Slightly worse aim time, same accuracy, and much worse rounds per minute. I've just realised. But yeah, it's pretty much identical to the other tier 2 French light tanks. So moving up to tier 3 now, we've got the Somua S35, and this thing, on paper, it's not too bad. 47 mils of armour at the front with tier 3, that's pretty respectable. You can bounce quite a lot of tier 2 and 3s with that front armour. 40 at the sides, 35 at the rear. And the turret is weird because it's got the most turret armour you've got is at the rear. It's 60 at the rear and then 40 at the front and sides, but those sides are sloped quite a bit, so you might get a few bounces off there from tier 2s and tier 2 and 3 tanks. And the gun, it's below par. 66 average pen at tier 3. You're probably wanting about 70 or 80 at tier 3. Let's try and pen even the sides of like a KB1 for example. This won't be able to do that unless you're firing premium ammunition. 55 average damage, similar to that of the Matilda, except a worse rate of fire to the Matilda, but hey, the Matilda is a tier higher. 0.3 accuracy, not the best, but 1.7 second aim time, that's pretty good. I haven't played this thing so far. I think the only 2 tanks I've played are the AMX 30s, the 30 Premier. That's what 1 means, it's like first, except the French say Premier, and the 30B, which I'll be looking at in another video. So yeah, this thing it's basically a D2, but well, that's pretty much what it is. It's a D2. The S35, that's similar to the Panzer H35 or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember. That'll probably be like a picture of it on screen, or my version of Caption Guy making a remark about that. I don't know. Tier 4, the SARL 44 Saab 42. I don't know why I said 44 then. It's got a massive turret, as you can see, but it's sloped quite well. Yeah, and the turret is, well, it's pretty well, not well armoured rather. 40 at the front, 30 at the sides and rear. Pretty poor. I don't know what the roof turret armour is, but I expect it's probably about 40. Hull armour 40, 30 and 30. So not that much armour for a tier 4. The engine is pretty wonderful as well, 230 horsepower for a 22 ton tank. So you're only getting less than 10 horsepower per ton, which is great. If I didn't know. Slightly more than 10 horsepower per ton, which is not great at all. But it gets a tier 9 radio at tier 4, and I think the tier 3 does as well. Yeah, 710 signal range, tiers 3 and 4, which is pretty good. And the gun is not bad at all. 100 pen at tier 4, that's pretty respectable. 110 average pen, again, which is respectable. 0.43 accuracy, not very good at all. 2.3 seconds aim time, probably about average. And I imagine the dispersion on this thing isn't great because it's French, and French tanks don't really have good dispersion. I haven't fitted it with ammo because I haven't played it yet. But the tier 5, now this is where things start to get interesting. It's the Renault G1. You can see instant similarities to the BDR G1B, the heavy tank, except this is a medium tank. Engine power 450, if you get it up here. Low chance of fire, only 15%, which is pretty good. 40 kilometers an hour top speed, so same top speed as the Centurions, which is 60 mils of armor all round, and same on the turret. And the guns, there's a choice of 2 top guns really. You could either have a 75mm gun, which is the same gun on the SARL, or you can have the first French dirt gun. It's a 105mm howitzer, similar to that of the M4 Sherman and the Panzer IVH's 105mm dirt guns. And I did fit this with ammo, there you go. 30 HE shells, doing 410 Average damage at 53 pen, which isn't bad for a dirt pen. So sides of these new French tanks will pen, and well, they don't have much health, so it will one-shot them. Excuse me. And the heat pen 104, which is not bad at all, for 350 average damage. Accuracy 0.54, not the best, but it is a dirt gun, and 2.6 second aim time. That's not bad for a dirt gun at all. So I can see myself probably getting one of these and sort of like puppy stomping around in it. I don't know what the gun depression is like, but I can't imagine that it's that good. Probably about 5 or 6 degrees, maybe 7 if you're lucky. And it still has that tuner of Commander's hatch, which is, well, very similar to that of the BDRG-1B, the heavy tank. So that is the French tanks pretty much covered. Well, short video, I know, but I haven't really gone into much detail about the tanks or anything really. Just a quick overview of what's new in patch 9.7. As I said earlier, I will be doing more videos covering both the high tier French mediums, the AMX-30 Premier and the AMX-30B, and the two new premium tanks. One is Soviet, you may know about it, and one is American, which I am very interested in, shall we say both. Very interesting tanks. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.